All right, I've been talking about why it has taken so long for organization UN Women and other women's groups to speak out about the systematic rapes and well-documented sexual torture of women on October 7th by Hamas. And today, there was a major session at the UN. Joining me now is Sarah Weiss Ma'udi, senior Israeli diplomat and legal advisor at the Israeli Ministry of Foreign Affairs. Sarah returned in August to Israel after a 5-year post at the UN in New York, where she served as a senior advisor to the president of the UN General Assembly. Thank you. Welcome back to the show. Appreciate it. So it seems some progress has been made since the last time you were on the show about recognizing the significance of this, but it does seem the UN Women's Group still seems to have real problems with an unequivocal condemnation. Why do you think that is?
Well, traditionally, and I've had a lot of experience working with the UN as a representative of Israel, is the UN insists when it comes to Israel that they verify the information. They do something called triangular verification. And so here you heard Sarah Hendricks, as she continued, she suggested that these cases be investigated by a body that was created in Geneva by a very anti-Israel forum called the Commission of Inquiry, which is headed by a person with a very long record of on-the-record statements against Israel. It's an open-ended commission that doesn't have an end date, and really its mandate is based on assumptions of violations of law of Israel. Really, it was created to delegitimize Israel. Now, what's interesting about that is that while the UN is very rigorous in its demands to verify information submitted by Israel and won't take it as face value, when you hear reporting about Gaza, you're hearing the numbers based on the Ministry of Health in Gaza. Now, the Ministry of Health is Hamas's Ministry of Health, a Hamas-funded, Hamas official organ. Those numbers are taken at face value and reported on by the UN immediately. In fact, those are the numbers that appear, for example, in OCHA, the humanitarian organization.
Sarah, and let me just interrupt you for 1 second. You're absolutely right. But also, you have this issue where UN Women seems to immediately condemn when rape is used as a tool of fear and terror in war in other places. They're all over it, right? Immediately, be it Sudan, Ethiopia, Ukraine, you name it. But when it comes to Israel, well, hang on. We need to figure this out a little bit more.
You're talking about 8 weeks until we heard something from them. Whereas, I mean, and I think UN Women did do their job. For example, you brought the example of Ukraine, and UN Women should be talking about rape in Ukraine. And as an Israeli official and an Israeli citizen, we believe the women of Ukraine. And when they talk about the rape of Yazidi women by ISIS, they report on it immediately, and we believe them, and we should. That's what the UN Women should be doing. And in this era of Me Too and We Believe You, but it just boggles the mind that they were handed. The last time I was on this program, we talked about, I prepared actually a dossier of evidence that was actually disseminated by Hamas itself to terrorize the Israeli public.
You don't have to believe the women. You don't even have to believe the women. You can just believe all the evidence. I mean, that's the point here. This isn't about just sort of believing accounts. Israel has now provided really irrefutable evidence in the form of videos and autopsies, yes, and numerous eyewitness accounts and manuals by Hamas. And that is the part about this that makes this so infuriating. I've only got 15 seconds left.
I mean, we were just in Parliament, in the Israeli Parliament in Knesset, and a ultra-Orthodox rescue worker was talking about the scenes he saw, and included very graphic scenes about seeing knives stuck in intimate parts of women. Now, this is an ultra-Orthodox man. These are not words that come easily out of his mouth, and the descriptions are just so specific. And we hear this time and again. And yet it took 8 weeks for UN Women to say anything, and still wants it to be verified somehow.
Well, and they're still making it seem like it's both sides. These sort of mealy-mouthed statements about, well, in general, whoever, and this. Anyway, Sarah, thank you.
And it's not just both sides. It's drawing a moral equivalency between Israel, a democratic state, and Hamas, a terrorist organization, an organization that came in and intentionally attacked civilians, intentionally burned babies, intentionally raped women.
Sarah, thank you. We look forward to having you you back on this. We're going to keep talking about this. I mean, you were on the show weeks ago as we were trying to highlight this. Up next.
And thank you for keeping to talk about this. At least someone's talking about it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find News Nation on your cable provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of News Nation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.